My dog Vicky, woof woof, and I have moved from Canada to Sweden. I want to purchase a property for us with a traditional red Swedish house. And because I haven't found one yet, I have rented a place in the meantime. In today's video, I will give you some updates on where I am with my moving and immigration process. And I will show you my plans for the next house viewings lining up. After my last video, I got some feedback that I want to share with you. So number one is in regards to the house that I looked at, the one that was so cheap and built on bedrock. So there were many comments about that, good and bad. I mean, like not good and bad, but pro and con. But what I really want to show you is I was there before the official viewing, and after the official viewing, there was a bidding war, and I want to show you how that looked like. Within a few days, 2 dozens of bids came in, up to the final price of 750,000 crowns, meaning the price tripled. The second feedback I got and want to talk about is the incineration toilet. Let's make it quick because it's like a weird topic, but I had kind of pictured it like very negative. And after reading comments from people who actually use one, I got a picture of the positive sides and in what situation you would own one. So basically, yes, you have power and you don't have sewer. I was asking the questions back in the comments if it would be an alternative to have a compost toilet. And there were also some comments with where people made some good experience with the compost toilet and some bad experience. So just wanted to point that out. If you are interested in the whole topic, you should really go through the comments because there is lots of feedback about it. This morning something interesting happened to me. I woke up at 6:30 and I knew because I looked on my cell phone, what time is it? Oh, it's 6:30. I wanted to put the cell phone away and then I saw there was like a little message about the weather forecast. 85% chance of heavy rain or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, it's not raining right now. Okay, so I better get up and go on a dog walk with Vicky. Okay, so went downstairs, grabbed Vicky, went outside. Well, I opened the door and I heard it raining. And I was like, okay, well, I guess it's too late. Okay, so I stepped outside and it's not raining, but I can hear it raining. Huh? It had rained before and it was dry. Well, it wasn't raining anymore. But there was so much water, so many raindrops on the leaves, and they fell down layer by layer, and you could hear that. You could say it was like a passive rain, not an active rain. Now I want to share with you where I'm at. Sorry, the sun is blinding, actually. I want to share with you where I'm at with my moving and immigration process. So as you can see in all the videos, I am renting a place right now because I haven't found a place yet that I could buy. However, I have already registered with the government, and that was kind of the, let's say, the information from the last video. I have registered with the Swedish government to get into the People's Registry. So it's Skatteverket, where I applied for the person number. And in the meantime, I received the person number. It took a total of about 5 weeks for me to get the person number. My landlady, who went through the same process as well a couple of years ago, she gave me some advice on what my next steps should be. So she gave me a contact at a bank where I could reach out to for a bank account. Now, the employee of the bank pointed out that I need the ID card first. That is like the Swedish ID card. So here you don't use your driver's license as an ID card, but you have a separate ID card. And I need that in order to open a bank account. So I went to Skatteverket again, and that is actually a stupid story. So let me share it with you. So I can tell you where I live. It's in Ljungby, and there is a service center where you can do most of the stuff. So it's not really a Skatteverket bureau, but it's a service center that, that supports you in whatever you need to file. And I was told I can't apply for the ID card there, but I have to go to the next bigger town, which is Växjö, if I pronounce that right. And that is about 60 kilometers away, one way. So I didn't think much about it. I just drove there. I went inside and said, "Hey, here I am." No, so actually there was a gentleman standing right by the entrance, and he directs you with whatever request you have. And so he asked me, what do you want to do? What are you here for? And I said, I want to apply for an ID card. Do you have an appointment? And I was like, no. And he said, okay, well, you can get an appointment here. There's a computer over there. So just, he went with me there, opened that page, and then I could apply for an appointment. It was a Thursday, and I got an appointment for the next week, Monday. So, didn't have to wait very long. In hindsight, it makes sense because you also have to pay for it, and you have to prove that you have paid. Well, really, they have to have received the money. So, yeah, it's actually not bad that there was like a little bit of time in between. I got the appointment next week, Monday, transferred the money right away, and by the Monday, it was there. So that worked out very well. But really, I drove these 60 kilometers one way, so 120 kilometers in total. That is, I don't know, about 80 miles, 70 miles or so. I drove it for nothing because I could have gotten that appointment online as well. So that was the Thursday. Then I went there on Monday, and it went fast. It wasn't even 15 minutes or whatever. So I had an appointment. I think it was even the same gentleman standing by the entrance. I went there, and sorry, sun is blinding really bad here. And again, he asked me, so what are you here for? And I said, I have an appointment. And I got a QR code by email. And he said, yeah, scan the QR code here. Okay, you got to go over there. And then I waited just like 2 minutes or so. And then my number got drawn or whatever. I was called. So funny thing, I had to take off my shoes and stand on the wall, and they were measuring my height and whatnot. I just had to show my home ID, and the lady looked it up, and she could see that the payment was made. And she said it will take about 2 weeks until I get the ID card, and I have to go there again to pick it up. So I have to go there for a third time. And each time back and forth, it's 120 kilometers. So I don't know, 70 miles or something like that. Yeah, but I guess it is what it is. So that is the ID card. I also submitted an application for the health insurance card. So with the person number, I have health insurance in Sweden, which is for free. But still you can get, sorry, when you go to a doctor, you just give them your person number and then you're good. However, if you want to travel within Europe, because you also have coverage in the whole European Union for free. And so for that, you need a health insurance card. I also need the card because I'm still insured, health insured in Germany, because if you watch my videos, you know, when I came to Sweden, I went from Canada to Germany to get health insurance, and then I went to Sweden, and then I could um, immigrate to Sweden as a citizen of the European Union, having German citizenship. So I still have health insurance in Germany, which is not for free. I pay for it. It's about 270 euros each month, and I'll put the numbers here, what it is in your currency. And I can now cancel that. But they want to see proof that I have health insurance in Sweden, so I'm waiting for that health insurance card, and then I can, take a photo, email it, and then I don't have to pay for the health insurance in Germany anymore, because really it's double, right? It's the same service. Um, yeah, but it's for free in Sweden. In the last 3 weeks, I haven't looked at houses because there was just not much being posted. And those that were, well, or listed, I should say, those that were listed, they weren't of interest for me. Sorry, sun is blinding again. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. Blinded by the light. And Vicky's down there. Oh, now I gotta put the camera back. I think this is good. There's actually a towel drying here because it rained last night and Vicky was wet, and that's my Vicky towel. Okay, so there weren't many houses that I could look at, or there was nothing that was of interest for me. Now, this weekend, there were like tons of houses. Let's look at it together, how I am searching for houses. Here I am on Hemnet.se. I pick that I'm looking for a house, for a vacation home, for a farm, and for miscellaneous. Then I pick the price, like my maximum price, and I hit search. There are some more filters that you can only access after the fact, and there is one filter, for example, that you will see the houses of the last 3 days. You can see now that with my search criteria, there were 130 houses listed in the last 3 days. And then I'm browsing through them. Those houses that I like can be added to a favorites list. And here is mine, as of today. And I came up with a plan. So what I did is, and I'll show the picture now, I drew a map, which it's kind of ridiculous, but anyway, it's supposed to be southern Sweden. And you can see numbers and letters there. For example, let's say on the very right, there is 14B, which means there is a viewing on the 14th, which is Sunday. And B means I found the house on the website Booli.se. So to look up the address, for example, I just go to Booli, I go to to my favorites list, and then I find the house with the address, and then, I know where to go. I drew this up to come up with a plan on which route to take. And so I'll be busy all this weekend with looking at the houses. But I want to post this video. So what I do is I have one viewing today on the Friday, and I'll include this house in this video, and then I'll save the other houses for the next video, because I really want to get this video out. It's been already 2 weeks since I posted the last video, and I just, want to at least post a video every 2 weeks. So yeah, why don't we go to that viewing together? With the house being listed for only 200,000 crowns, which is the lowest, they don't go any lower, I knew there must be something wrong with the house. There was a hint in the description where it said that the house is sold as is for obvious reasons. Now, you couldn't see the reasons because there were only pictures of the outside of the house. So I'll be really interested to see the inside now. And it was written that it's a fixer-upper. So let's check it out. You'll notice that the siding is not red, which is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a red Swedish house, but it's just paint, so it can be done. But now it gets interesting. Here is the basement. And as you can see, there is a lot of sawdust on the ground. Well, sawdust is used as insulation, so there is a problem with the flooring. Or there are termites, but I don't think so. Or is it? Well, leave a comment of what you think. Although the grass was cut just recently, everything else screamed for the house being abandoned for a long time. Things have been collapsed, all this moss that was on the stairs, and wait until you see the inside. If you haven't noticed, this is just a shed, and I'm kind of circling around the house, but here we go. This is the back entrance, and again, there is a lot of moss on that concrete entrance on the outside. Let's take a look inside now. The realtor warned everyone that it's not safe to go inside because the floor can collapse. So you will see me in a moment how I'm trying to see how stable the floor is. Now I switch to the front entrance and wait for the surprise. In front of us is the kitchen. And in the kitchen is an electric stove. Well, can you spot it? I was still standing kind of on the doorstep and just holding the camera inside because I didn't want to go there. And look for the sofa and for the picture above. The picture is straight and the sofa also, well, the floor collapsed under the sofa. For obvious reasons, the house is a no for me. But if you have a different opinion, well, voice it in the comments. All of us will be happy to read it.